If I lift my hand up like this and squeeze it, I can feel it, and I'm pretty sure of that. But if I ask you to prove this scientifically, go and have a go. How would you do that? Prove scientifically that I can feel my hand clenched like this. How would you do it? The answer is that you have to ask me, can you feel your hand? And I can say yes or no. The point is that there is no way of proving scientifically our internal experience. If I can feel my hand, that's an internal individual experience that me alone, I alone, can feel. And guess what? Now I can't feel it anymore because the experience has changed. I'm not focusing on my hand. It doesn't mean that my hand has gone or that I've lost my marbles. It just means that my attention has changed and I've moved on into a different experience. Because we human beings are like a constant flow of shifting experience. Our thoughts from one moment to the next are completely different. They appear out of the blue and they disappear back into the blue. Our body, it acts on a much more slow pace than the mind. The mind goes at lightning speed. The body is much slower, but still aches and pains come and go, and we're constantly shifting and getting older, and everything's changing. So if you're a body-based therapist, like me for example, I'm a cranial sacral therapist. I do hands-on body work. I've got over 6,000 hours experience of bringing people out of tremendous states of activation, fight or flight, adrenaline, mental stress, body aches and pains. If I do this every day and I help people settle and relax and their health improves vastly, at the end of the day all I have to go on is, hey, are you feeling better? How are you? And the client says, God, yes, my symptoms have gone. I feel much, much better. My headaches have stopped. I can sleep better. And that's the only scientific evidence that we can have, because it's impossible to track shifting personal experience. It's moving from one moment to the next. So my message is, if people say that there is no scientific evidence for this work, it's really interesting, because what they're in fact saying is, I don't believe this, I don't want it, I'm probably not interested in exploring it, and more importantly, I'm afraid to try this because I need to see in black and white evidence that this works. And what I say to you is, the only thing that you can go on is other people's testimonials, and people say this has worked for me. If you're an alternative practitioner like myself, you are working with private practice, so people come to you because it works. That's proof that it works. But saying that there's no scientific evidence for this, and that cranial sacral therapists are a group of charlatans or we're making it up, is very, very unhelpful. And I'd like to say to the scientific community that I really love science and I'm all for science, but please know that internal experience is constantly shifting and you cannot be scientific about that. It has to come down to a simple relationship thing of, hey, how are you? Are you feeling better? And that's good enough.